Christianity wasn't created by Jesus, but by a Jewish tent maker from Turkey. I'm Elon Gilad. I read about Hebrew and Jewish history. Paul of Tarsus never met Jesus in his lifetime. He was a devout Jew who initially persecuted the early followers of Jesus until around 35 CE, when he had a mystical vision that changed everything. While Jesus and his disciples preached a form of Judaism that required circumcision, keeping kosher, and following Jewish law, Paul created something entirely new. Paul's revolutionary idea was that Jesus' death abolished the need to follow Jewish law. He promoted a religion open to non-Jews without requiring conversion to Judaism. In his letters, which are the earliest Christian texts we have, written 20 years before the Gospels, Paul established key Christian concepts absent from Jesus' teaching: original sin, salvation through faith alone, and Jesus as a divine being who existed before creation. The Jerusalem church, led by Jesus' brother James, and including Jesus' original disciples, strongly opposed Paul's interpretation.
What doctrine is this? You know, I appreciate the attempt. It was steeped in history. A lot of historical content was involved in the creating of your video, other than the book of Acts. The book of Acts clearly talks about Jesus. He healed on the Sabbath. He said he was the way. He stressed the importance of the Holy Spirit, the spread of the gospel. He described himself as the risen, exalted Lord, yada, yada, yada. And I'm not a sola scriptura guy, and I'm not a Bible is all historically accurate and there's no allegory, yada, yada, yada. I read it through a sensible lens. But I'm still saying the book of Acts alone is enough to shoot this down. The Jewish tent maker was a radical, that is for sure. And he went radically from one side of the fence, persecuting and killing Jews, to having his vision, his mystical vision that Elon Gilad spoke of. And then to the other extreme of zealously and zestfully promoting the gospel. So, I mean, just read the book of Acts, man. In some other news, Cincinnati, the Bearcats, coming off of the heels of a good 93-83 win over UCF, played Brigham Young, BYU, a pretty good Cougars team. And I wrote them off as losing. I figured my Bearcats would go down. I thought maybe it was a fluke that they won at UCF, you know. But Cincinnati pulled it off. Big time, 84-66. Congratulations to the Bearcats for 2 nice wins in a row. They are now 8-0 when they score more than 80 points a game. So that's a stat to think about. Also, you know, a really hot topic has been the deportations and such. And
over this way, you can see a gaggle of media, and behind the barricades is actually where these people are going to be processed. Then they're going to board buses, and they will head back to their home states. Now, this is significant for 2 reasons. One, this is the first plane load of deportees that has come to India from the United States under this new Trump administration. And second,
it's a really hot topic. There's a lot of hot takes on it. And now we're doing India, not just Mexico. Now we're going to India also. He's no holds barred. He's going after anyone that's illegal. And, you know, I had a comment on my last video. And, you know, the lady was like, look, these people are coming in here. I think it was a lady, I'm not sure. These people are coming in here seeking asylum. And it's hard to go through the process because the process takes forever. Well, and I get that. So much government red tape. And, You know, I have people in my family. My father was deported. My biological father was deported because of a piece of paper that he forgot to take care of. And he'd been in this country for 50 years. 50 years. And my grandma, you know, she's legally here. And my mom and everybody else on that side was born here. So ICE doesn't have to come after me. I'm good. But my dad forgot a piece of paper. And he'd been in this country since he was 4 years old. And when he was in his 50s, he got deported. It was over a piece of paper. So, I mean, I'm sensitive to the situation. Furthermore, I have people in Texas that I am related to by relational, by my family being in relationships with people with last names such as Gutierrez and Olmos, which is, you know, Hispanic. I have a deep appreciation for, you know, the Hispanic, Latino, Mexican. They're from Mexico. They are from Mexico. So I have a deep respect and appreciation for people that are coming over here. And I have a heart that goes out to people that are suffering as part of this deportation thing. So please don't take me the wrong way. I get the red tape. But if you're here and you're seeking asylum and you're checking in regularly and you're doing the things you need to do, okay, you shouldn't be deported. That was not a blanket statement that I made the last time. It was not a blanket statement. But if you're up to no good and you're coming after, you know, my kids and Lake and Riley situations and other stuff, come on, man. Come on. You got to understand where I'm coming from. You got to. It's just common sense. Oh,
Object caused the Tunguska explosion in 1908, wiping out 800 square miles of forest. If this asteroid hits a populated area, expect massive destruction, shockwaves.
Really? An asteroid in 2032, just 7 years? Dude. Revelation talks about it. Now, we do have technology now that we could do. We could shoot a missile at it at a high enough speed, and we have a protection plan, a backup plan. But that's still kind of scary to think about. It's a 1 in 43 chance. It was like a 1 in like 90 something chance. Now it's a 1 in 43 chance. That's like a 2.5% chance. And that's a pretty big, that's pretty big. That's pretty big. That's the biggest threat we've ever had in our life, other than, I think, one in 1908 that hit. And it destroyed like 800 miles of forest. Now, if this hits a populated area, we're screwed, man. You know, on the topic of space and asteroids, I'm going to have to redo my astronomy project that I also put in a podcast. It was too long, and I went off topic, and my professor said I did a lot of good things, but there's some stuff I needed to clean up on it, so I got to redo it. I didn't quite pass it. I'm a failure. It's okay. It's all good. So I'll be putting my next podcast will actually be another astronomy deal. So that's cool. But I also wanted to say something else because, you know, we were talking about the Bearcats. Hold on real quick. Sophie Cunningham, Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark, Lexi Hull, Jaylen Brown. Dude, I smell a dynasty. I am so excited about this. So ridiculously excited about this. Like, I am ready to move to Indiana just so I can go to these games. I already considered staying there for a while just so I could watch Amelia Bromanshankle and her Mastodons at Purdue Fort Wayne. And boy, looking back on it, I wish I had, because they've won 17 in a row. Amelia Bromanshankle is the most underrated college basketball player in the history of the women's NCAA, period. Paige Beckers, Haley Van Lith, right now, they're getting all this mid-major team out of Fort Wayne, Indiana is amazing. And it's not just Amelia. It's that entire team. They're experienced. There's a bunch of seniors. They've gelled together. They went to they made a nice run in the WNIT last year. I was up there. They're going to be dancing this year. And they have a potential to go further than people think. But anyway, I got to cut this short because I need to get some rest, because I'll be doing a reading in the church tomorrow and lighting the peace candle, and I have to be there. I want to be there. I get to be there. I love the church. It's great. So I'm going to head out of here. I will post more soon. I'll be doing the astronomy one. I've got to get to work on that. I'm going to do some extra studying. Study to show thyself approved, to be an astronomy student that passes his project. Thank you for listening, everybody. Take care, stay safe, and God bless.